Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to show you all the details of the new Peugeot 3008. So this is the facelifted version 2022 model, and as you can see it's got the new design. So let's start with the front. You will definitely notice the new grille. It is now frameless. Look at this, very clean design, nicely incorporated into the whole front of the car. You also have these extensions that go all the way underneath the new LED lights, and that way this is like the one thing. Overall looks very fluid and very elegant if you ask me. We also have the black pack on this car. It is finally available with the facelifted version, so gloss black elements throughout the whole car. You see the gloss black badge. We have the 3008 lettering in gloss black as well, gloss black wheels, and yeah, a lot of gloss black elements. I'll show you at the back as well. Moving on, these are the full LED lights. You see a well-known daytime running LEDs, the sign of recognition for the Peugeot models, and definitely strong appearance on the road. When you see it, you definitely know that it's the new Peugeot 3008. And one thing that I also need to mention is we don't have the fog lights anymore because they are integrated into the main unit. So we have the foggy mode, then you have the extra lights. Quite cool because this way you get cleaner design and nicer look. Let me show you the side profile of the car. 4.45 meters is the length. We have the beautiful ultimate red color, looking gorgeous with the black roof and black wheels. Speaking about the wheels, they go from 17-inch up to 19-inch. Here we have the 19-inch 205/55 R19 as the dimension of the tires. We also have the winter tires, of course. Gloss black finish here, since we have the black pack. Hybrid 4, so this is the flagship model. I will talk about that in a moment, but for now let's check out the rear of the car. There we go, lovely signature of the LED lights. Look at this 3D shape, looking gorgeous. We also have nice LED indicators. And yeah, tell me in your comments, how do you like this? Once again, because of the black pack, we have this in gloss black. We also have this part here, as well as the Peugeot lettering and the sign in gloss black, looking nice with the tinted windows and those lights. Overall, I think they really nailed it. Lettering is black as well. One thing that I don't like are those fake exhausts. So yeah, this is completely fake. Not sure why do we have it here. So look at this. Yeah, not sure about that. Real exhaust is down there. We have the sensors, and you also have the rear view camera down there. The view from this angle. So here is where you put the fuel, and on the other side you charge it. Let me show you the trunk. We don't have electric tailgate on this one, but yeah, here nice square shape, 520 liters, but this is a plug-in hybrid, so a bit less. We have 395 liters, and you also have this additional room here for your cables. Practical features: if you pull this, then the seats fold. 12-volt power supply, and yeah, you can fold the seats here as well. So tell me in your comments, how do you like the exterior design of this version? I think really the spec is on point. And now it is time to check out the interior. Let us now jump on board, and we are greeted with really gorgeous interior. Just look at this, look at the materials. So this is in Alcantara. We have the ambient lights. You have huge amount of room here on this door pocket and door storage. You have carpeting as well, Peugeot lettering when you enter the car, and you also have this lovely seats. And when you put the headrest down, you also have this sort of like the integrated headrest look alike. This is the view in front of the driver. Of course, small steering wheel like we are used to seeing on the Peugeot models. And now let's jump on board and see it from driver's perspective. We will start with the wider view. In front of us there's a 12.3-inch digital cockpit, so well-known iCockpit from Peugeot models. 10-inch main touchscreen, wireless charger for the phone. Lovely layout here and lovely materials as well. This is all in Alcantara. Let's change the view and let me show you the details. Alright then, so the main touchscreen, this is the 10-inch one. You can also get the 8-inch as standard, and then this would be optional. The air vents are located underneath the screen. You have some of the physical buttons here, and they actually feel pretty nice when you touch them. Hazard lights are here, and vehicle settings, navigation, stuff like that. You also have this special button here, since we have a plug-in hybrid, to see the status of your battery and stuff like that. I will go through the infotainment system in a moment, but for now let's check out the rest of the interior. You have the volume knob here, wireless charging pad for your phone, start engine button. You also have this well-known modern gear selector for the 8-speed automatic transmission. Drive mode selector. This car has a bunch of driving modes: electric. We also have the sport, 4-wheel drive, and hybrid. So those are the options here. Descent mode, and you also have the cup holders. They are adjustable, and they also have the illumination here, looking pretty nice. Huge amount of room here. Look how deep this is. You also have some extra features here. It's really practical. You can fit a lot of things inside. And this is the glove box. We actually have the specs of the car in our video here. So this is the 3008 with the black pack. This is the GT model, plug-in hybrid, all-wheel drive with 300 horsepower. And this is the price, the total price for this car. I will put the euro amount on your screen. And yeah, you have the red ultimate color, and some of the options are here. So yeah, we have the black pack, focal sound system, which is really good, wireless charging for the phone, metallic color, and panoramic roof. And now it is time to check out the infotainment system. And let's start by saying that if you press it with 3 fingers, you go into the main menu. Navigation is here. We have the 3D shape of the buildings. You do need to put this on, and it will look actually pretty nice during the night. I will show you that in a separate video during the night point of view drive. But yeah, that's the navigation, and I will show you here where to put on the 3D buildings. So you see 3D view, you must check building and then press OK in order to get those. And once again, I will show you that during our night point of view drive. You can also put the day mode, so just press the map color. Now goes into day mode, but I quite like this night mode. Looks nicer in my opinion. Let's do this. Radio, you have the list of stations here, of course. We press it again. Phone connection, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, of course. Vehicle settings, here is where you adjust a bunch of settings. This car is packed with technology. So safety systems, active safety brake, you have the speed recommendation, driver attention warning, traffic sign recognition, all can be adjusted here. Comfort settings, mood lighting, so these are actually the ambient lights. You see here I put it to maximum, and those are the places where it's illuminated. So here the doors looking gorgeous. Underneath the iCockpit, then here where you have the wireless charger, also on that side. We also have the lights in the door pockets on both sides, and of course the cup holders are illuminated as well. And I also realized that you have the ambient lights here as well. We have the panoramic roof on this one, so yeah, those edges are illuminated as well. What I would love to see is some other colors, but I mean, for me, if you follow me regularly, you will know that blue is my favorite color. So yeah, I think blue is really good, but maybe some other options would be cool as well. Headlights, you can adjust the welcome light, the adaptive lighting and stuff like that here. And driving functions, yeah, parking sensors, blind spot monitoring, which this car has, sensors and stuff like that, all can be adjusted here. If you press this again, climate, now yes, you do have the climate controls on this screen. Here is where you adjust the air blower, here is where you would adjust the temperature. So not ideal if you ask me. I would love to see physical buttons for the AC, but it is what it is. Tell me in your comments, what are your thoughts on that? So in order to change the AC, let's imagine that you're driving, you have the list of stations here. So you would need to actually do this, because this is the shortcut for the ACs. So at least it's easy to access the AC, but yeah, this is not ideal in my opinion. And well, yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on that, but at least it's nice to have the shortcut for that one. You also have the shortcut here for the settings, options. Now here is where you adjust the system settings, languages and stuff like that, screen configuration, adjust the brightness and stuff like that, instrument panel personalization. Here is where you can do like the personal mode. And well, yeah, I think now we pretty much covered this main touchscreen, and it's time to cover the digital cockpit, which is really impressive. And I say that because not only it looks good, it's got nice graphics, but also it's got a lot of views. So look at this, you have the driving view, dials view, this is like a classic one, the energy view. Now you see it, and since we have this look, I will tell you that we have the combination of a petrol engine and 2 electric motors on both axles, and also of course the battery, and that means we have all-wheel drive, and total output is 300 horsepower. Currently we don't have the battery, but I will charge it now so that we have it for the night point of view drive. Let's move on to the minimum view, which is here. This one could be used on longer road trips, especially during the night. So no distractions here. Now the personal, this is what I was telling you about, few moments ago. Here is where you have, for example, engine speed and power meter, but you can change different things that you have here depending on what you like. And that's it. So those are the views. We also have this lovely small steering wheel. I quite like it. Flat bottom, GT lettering, and you also have the flappy pedals for changing of the gears. Vocal sound system, once again, great investment. Actually sounds pretty good. So I would suggest going for that if you like good music sound. Sun visors. And yeah, the panoramic roof, as you can see, this is for the light. You have lights on both sides here, and by pressing this, it puts this shade. When you press this, you open the sunroof. I will actually keep it open as I need light inside. It's getting dark pretty soon these days, so it's not even 4 o'clock, but it's already pretty dark. Now let me show you how much space I have at the back. There we go. Let's check out the second row of the seats. Same pattern for the seats as on the front, as well as here with the lovely Alcantara. Let's jump on board. And you will notice that I have really decent amount of room for my legs and for my knees. This is the view on the front. We also have the 12-volt power supply, air vents, and 2 USB ports. Some nice storage room. In the middle you also have the armrest with the cup holders. They are a bit shallow though, so not sure if they will hold the bottle, but it's nice to have those as well. And now let me show you how much space I have for my head. Alright, then I hope you can see. So just about right on 1.87 m, but you see that we have the panoramic roof, which means it takes some space. So if you are higher than 1.87 m, I would suggest not going for the sunroof, as you would get more room here, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty decent, but once again, without sunroof, I think it would be even more comfortable. And now we check out the engine. Of course, this is a flagship model, a flagship plug-in hybrid, 4-wheel drive, and we also have the combination of 2 electric motors and petrol engine, but we don't have hydraulic struts, so I'll be back with you in a moment. So this is it, a combination of 1.6 liter petrol engine producing 200 horsepower and 2 electric motors. So we have one electric motor on the front axle and one electric motor at the rear axle. Of course, we also have the battery. We have the electric range of up to 59 kilometers by WLTP standard. So yeah, really impressive numbers. We have 300 horsepower total output and 520 Newton meters of torque. But other than this plug-in hybrid, there are also other versions available, so customers can choose between various options. There's also a hybrid with the front-wheel drive and 225 horsepower, and there's also a classic petrol and classic diesel. So tell me in the comments what would be your choice. And that's it. Now I just want to show you the key. So here it is. When you press this, the car greets you with nice LED lights and this cool hello sign, let's call it like that. So that was it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel as there will be a point of view drive, and of course we will drive it during the night so that you can see all the details. Tell me in the comments, how do you like it? Which spec would you choose? How do you like this black package? And yeah, well, that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and see you on the next one. Bye bye.